As part of my videos on YouTube, I often share my challenges and ask my viewers for their opinions and advice. But a constant challenge I have always had is the need for better organization for items inside of my Land Cruiser. Not so much the large bulky items that can be stored in cargo boxes or strapped down, but rather the small items that are more delicate, or especially those that require easier, frequent access. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a potential solution to this problem that has been recommended and supplied by one of this channel's subscribers. I'm going to be having a closer look at the Lexland trunk storage box organizer to see if it's going to fix this very annoying problem that I currently have. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion about the storage box so you can determine if it's the right product that will help you as well. What's up everybody, I'm Ayman and welcome back to Bush Business. The problem I have at the moment is that when I travel, I must pack all of my clothes in my luggage. And you would think that that is completely normal and fine. However, due to the shape and the weight of the luggage, this tends to be stored in the canopy and strapped down to the bottom with everything else loaded on top of it. Therefore making access to any items inside it incredibly difficult at camp without having to unload the entire canopy. This wouldn't be a problem if I'm camping for several days. But this is a huge pain when I'm only camping for a single night's rest while traveling, as I end up spending more time getting whatever I need out than it's worth. Especially after I have packed up for the night, it's bucketing rain and I'm ready to get in my tent for the evening, only to remember that my toothbrush, toothpaste or pajamas are inside of the luggage. And because of this, I tend not to use the items that I have packed for my trip that I actually should be using and need. For example, like getting lazy and just sleeping in my normal clothes instead of changing into something more comfortable. And I'm quite certain that I'm not the only person in this boat too. After a long day, we just want to curl up in our bed and sleep. To try to get around this issue, I sometimes also pack a carry-on luggage bag and throw it into the back of the Land Cruiser, or put some clothes and my toiletries in my laptop backpack and throw that in the tent. Then I end up throwing some random bits and pieces like shoes on the floor at the back of the Land Cruiser. And yes, it's a bit easier than unloading the whole canopy, but I end up having so much clutter in the car that it's still a headache, because in the car I also have my camera gear, my pillows, my snacks, etc. And to try to open a carry-on luggage inside of the car, you still need space and you still have to move stuff out of the way and away from on top of it. Which leads me to today's potential solution. Lexland, a follower of my YouTube channel, reached out to let me know that they make various items for Toyota and Lexus. And whilst they don't produce items specific to the 70 series Land Cruiser because they are primarily based in America, they did suggest that their trunk storage box organizer might be something that will add value to my current setup. So whilst this is not a sponsored video, nobody is paying me to say anything today, Lexland did send me this item to test and review in the hopes that it's going to assist me in my travels and adventures, which I greatly appreciate. I also want to clarify that the cost and time taken to make a video like this is a lot more than the $99 this box is worth. So just like all of my previous videos, you are getting the same level of honest feedback in this review. My thoughts and opinions are my own with no influence or input from anybody else. But after watching this video, if you do want to buy this item, Lexland have provided me with a 20% discount code for you to use that you can find in the description below. And on that note, before we do get stuck into it, if you do value honest reviews, please support the channel by subscribing and giving this video a like. Let's get straight to business. The Lexland trunk storage box is a strong yet lightweight collapsible organizer. It measures roughly 60 centimeters long by 35 centimeters wide by 33 centimeters high, or around 24 inches by 14 inches by 13 inches. It features 4 storage compartments on 2 separate levels. The top level is secured using a simple but adequate locking mechanism, and the bottom level uses a magnetic strip to keep it closed. The box is constructed from what feels like heavy-duty flexible plastic or fiberglass sheets, and it's held together using some very strong, very high quality Velcro, and is covered externally using a synthetic leather material. The box does have handles on either end for carrying, and they're made from high quality, high strength rubber. There is also a Toyota logo on the top of the box, just in case you missed it. The storage box arrives flat packed and requires some very basic assembly. And this assembly is very easy. You just have to fold it into position and connect the pieces using the very strong Velcro strips that are already attached to every single piece. There is no need for tools to assemble this box, and it takes less than 60 seconds to fully assemble. Just like I did when I first looked at this box online, I thought it was going to be very flimsy and weak, I mean, it is held together with Velcro and probably weighs less than 2 kilograms. However, after putting it together while I was shooting this video, it really did feel very solid and sturdy. So I decided to see if it is as strong as it looks and feels. And because I wasn't really expecting to do this kind of test and I didn't have weights sitting next to me, I decided to grab whatever was near me that was of reasonable weight, and it just happened to be a 3-year-old toddler and my 8-year-old daughter. I was incredibly impressed by how strong this box was. It didn't deform or bend at the slightest with my daughter's weight on it. The stitching appears to be of very high quality in both finish and strength, and the Velcro is very, very strong and adequate. The handles are made from a single piece of high quality, high strength rubber, similar kind of rubber and thickness that you see in heavy duty tie downs. Because this rubber is both strong and flexible, I can't imagine the handle snapping under any normal scenario where you'll be using this box as it's intended to be used. But if this does happen, I'm happy to see that the handles are fixed using screws and not rivets, so you can tighten them if they get loose or replace them if they break. Let's now have a look at how much this box can store. Normally at camp, you need easy access to spare clothes, swimmers, access to your toiletries and towels, some trackies and comfortable sleeping clothes or PJs, and possibly some spare shoes, maybe a hat. All of those fit quite easily in this storage box, and you can access any item you need easily without having to dig around to move other items out of the way so you can get your socks. So you can quite easily reach in and grab your toothpaste, toothbrush, a hat, some spare clothes, whatever you need. This isn't a big box, but it's certainly big enough to take what you need for at least 2 days worth of camping in my case. With all of this out of the way, let's have a chat about what I like about the storage box and my constructive feedback for Lexland. Starting off with what I like. The stitching and the construction of this box appears to be of high quality. It is simple to put together and pack away very flat, and it is very lightweight and rigid, meaning that it can be stacked and accessed easier in my Land Cruiser than my luggage bags. The box feels strong enough to have items loaded on top of it like my pillows, blankets or camera bag without restricting any access, which makes life much easier. And because of that, I do think that it's going to save me quite a bit of space compared to what I use now. The size makes it perfect to use in the canopy, trailer or in the backseat of my Land Cruiser, in the boot of my wife's car, and if needed, at home in the wardrobe. The soft clean material and the soft edges means that I can use this box inside of the Land Cruiser on the fabric seats without having to worry about it damaging them. And both the Velcro and the handles feel very strong and durable. However, nothing is perfect and there is some room for improvement, so here is my feedback for Lexland. The Velcro is of very high quality and strength, but over time this might overpower the glue holding the Velcro to the box, peeling it off if the user repeatedly dismantles the box and packs it away. I believe that adding some stitching to the corners of the Velcro to hold it in place will improve the durability in the long run and support that glue. The magnetic mechanism also for the bottom storage compartment is a very nice touch, but I think it opens a little bit too easily and might open on corrugations and bumpy roads, so some sort of locking mechanism will fix this, making it even better for overlanding and off-road use. I would also love to see a canvas exterior option as opposed to the soft synthetic leather. That will likely improve the durability of this box in harsh conditions for camping, and it's going to be less prone to scratching or ripping when stored in the canopy along with other potentially sharp items. My last bit of advice is the Toyota logo. This is more of subjective feedback rather than functional objective feedback. The protective material added over the logo does leave a noticeable mark when removed, which I'm sure is going to go away eventually, but I would personally prefer not to have a logo. And I think by removing the logo, you're probably going to increase your sales to the non-Toyota owners as well, which will also benefit greatly from this box. So how do I plan to use this box and does it fix my problem? Time will tell how durable this organizer is going to be in my travels, but I do think it's going to greatly help with access for items at camp and when I'm on the road. I can put this box comfortably on the rear seats of the Land Cruiser if the family isn't with me for easy access, or I can use it in the canopy and gently strap it down on top of my cargo boxes. But the best thing of all, I can carry it easily in and out of my car and use it a little bit like luggage. I can pack it up in my bedroom with whatever I need inside it and carry it to my car full and ready for my trip. And when I return, I can pick up this box, take it inside of the house for easy unloading and easy packing. Overall, I do think this is a fantastic item, especially for those who, like me, don't have a full drawer system inside of their fit out. And it's something that is going to be very versatile and portable. You can use it for your clothes, you can use it as a pantry, you can use it for work gear. I can put my flyers and pamphlets in it for IGL. You can use it for your kids, or even just as additional storage and organization at home inside of your wardrobe. And for $99 USD, I do think that this is a great value item because I can't really think of any alternative that's going to have the same benefits. You can use some sort of canvas bags, but they don't stack well on top of each other. And even if they did stack well on top of each other, you can't access your items without taking them apart and taking the top piece off the bottom piece. And by that point, I'd rather just use my carry-on luggage and we're back to square one. I do look forward to using this box to see how it's going to handle the rugged bumpy Land Cruiser and my adventures on and off the road, but I am looking forward to using it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this setup and would you find value in a box like this? Also, be sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons for me as it's going to help me out a lot. And remember to use that 20% discount code if you're shopping from Lexland, as every dollar saved these days goes a long way. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.